After 15 years of waiting for Uganda's oil production to begin, at last there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Uganda will tomorrow put pen to paper with Tanzania on the East African crude oil pipeline deal that will see Uganda's oil production journey turn into reality.
So we've finalized these agreements and we are going to endorse them in the presence of our President and the President of Tanzania. And that will signify the commencement of execution of these projects. And the projects we are talking about EACOP, East African Crude Oil Pipeline, and Tilenga, as well as Kingfisher. So it's a good day tomorrow.
The construction of the East African Crude Oil Pipeline is expected to cost $3.5 billion. The pipeline will run from Buseruka in Hoima district through Sembabule and Masaka to the border town of Mutukula and finally terminate at the Tanzanian Indian Ocean port of Tanga.
There will be opportunities for Ugandans, opportunities for Ugandan companies, opportunities for everybody to participate in this investment, which we believe is the biggest investment we've had under one project or a cluster of projects.
With Uganda signing tomorrow's agreement, we as civil society believe Uganda stands to benefit first because at last we are going to have passage for the oil that we intend to produce. Because without this agreement, without the pipeline, there is going to be nowhere we can sell our oil because it can only be transported by pipeline. So from that point, Uganda stands to benefit.
Tanzania will reap about $12.7 from each barrel of the oil transported through the pipeline. However, there are concerns of declining international oil prices as Uganda begins its oil journey.
It's taken long because we had to be careful to make sure that we have the right laws in place, we have the right processes in place, we have the right commercialization plan in place, we have stakeholder alignment in all this, because when you rush it and you lack stakeholder alignment, you have bad laws, you have outdated laws. They may not be bad, but outdated policies, structures. You will not achieve the objective of harnessing that resource for the development of the country.
Yes, because according to the projections by the Petroleum Authority, Uganda stands to benefit from our oil as long as the market price for oil on the global market is above $50 per barrel, which is the case right now. And with this, it means notwithstanding how much we are going to be charged by oil companies as a cost of production and how much will be charged by Tanzania as transportation, we can still make some profit.
The journey has started, and I do believe early 2025 or late 2024, we will have the first barrel come out. We have an analysis based on an average price studied over a period of time. And we think that the government of Uganda should be able to get direct revenues of more than $47 billion.
At the time we discovered oil, the prices were over $100 per barrel, and right now it's somewhere around 60 per barrel. It still makes economic sense because the cost of finding oil in Uganda has been very low because our oil was easier to locate, so the companies never spent so much.
And we do believe that oil and gas is going to continue to be part of the energy mix of the world for the next maybe 20, 30 years. But even then, for countries that like Uganda, you need oil and gas to generate for you money, to help you create resilience against climate change. And so we do not see this as contradictory in terms of what it can do for the country.
Currently, there are 6.5 billion barrels of oil, but only about 1.5 billion barrels are commercially viable. Though Uganda stands to benefit from the oil production and the pipeline, there are environmental concerns.
The oil spills pause is so adverse that sometimes you find generations after it has occurred continue to suffer such impacts. So we want the government as it's negotiating terms and also the companies as they are putting different infrastructure and technology in place to implement to produce oil. The environment should be put at the forefront, and then the people who are going to be directly impacted.
Very high standards that are required by World Bank, that are required by our laws, and that the prudent practice requires. So we've taken all those into consideration. We are looking at the carbon footprint and how we shall mitigate it. We are looking at the usage of solar power for generation of the power, the electricity that the crude needs. We are looking at the number of trees that we are going to plant to do carbon offset. There is an extensive plan to address any carbon footprint and any environmental concerns.
The new Tanzanian president was sworn in about 3 weeks ago after the sudden demise of President John Pombe Magufuli. Jjingo Francis, Entebbe, Weekend Edition.